We are back with a TV producer and author who made it big. He's returning to his roots right here in Detroit.
Yeah, Phillip Andrew Barbb is the author of All the Reasons I Hate My 28-Year-Old Boss. And he's here tonight to talk about the release of his new book. And he's from Melvindale, so welcome home.
Well, thank you guys very much for having me. It's exciting to be able to come back home and be able to do this big book launch event and have all my friends and family and just Metro Detroit in general. I mean, so many people have been so supportive of me and the book. I couldn't think of, thought of a better place to come and have some fun to release the book.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not only fun. There's some valuable information, some stuff to really think about because, you're not a whole lot older than 28 years old, but, many people are, and they're taking direction from some pretty young people. Was the opposite for a long time, and everyone somehow has to figure out how to get along.
Definitely. Well, now we have 4 generations that are all working together in the workplace. And that's definitely, it can create, different people were raised differently. They're at different stages of their lives. They have different motivations for why they are at the workplace. So this was something, while the book has the word hate in there, it's definitely about the entire idea behind it is being able to bring people together so that they can coexist, and not just coexist in the workplace, but just be able to just thrive and really enjoy the workplace setting.
So what do? You got baby boomers on one end, you got Gen Xers on the other, maybe even a couple Gen Yers, and they're all hanging out.
You got the millennials.
And you got the millennials.
Yeah.
What are the biggest issues that come up that you try to take on head on over here?
I think the biggest thing is it's so easy that for simplicity, we have to label things, right? When we talk about everyone in these generations, we have to label, just because it's easier to do. But then we have to dive in and realize that it's an individual person. Each person is an individual person with their own desires, their own things that they're good at, what they are looking for out of their business. So it's one of those things where we have to allow people to be individuals and not see everyone as just this millennial or this baby boomer, okay boomer.
So
right.
That's the rough one. That's the rough one.
Right.
Twitter, okay boomer.
Okay boomer, yeah. And I can see where people would think that maybe that's a little bit, maybe somewhat disrespectful
Definitely,
to someone who's older. But by the same token, I know millennials who feel disrespected by people who are older as well. So there's definitely that,
I mean, nobody likes name calling, right?
No.
Take us back to middle school, take us back. Nobody likes to be made fun of, nobody likes that, right? We need to work together, and I think this is one of the things that each of us has the ability to make that decision how we want to show up in the workplace. Mm-hmm. Also, I put a lot of responsibility on leadership. The leaders need to be modeling the proper behavior inside of their organization. So if they're allowing for some of these the jokes and
microaggressions,
exactly, like the joking and these little things back and forth, it's not helping anybody out.
Well, and I think like a baby boomer is used to, having been taught that you clock in at this time, you go home at this time. Then you have millennials who say, I'll work from home and come to work, but maybe I'll get a lot of stuff done after or before and in between. We have to respect that workflow and its differences.
Different people work different ways, right? And I think that's the biggest thing, is having the empathy. We're understanding that other people, what might work for me isn't going to work for you, isn't going to work for you, but it's all of us coming together. You study the great teams, right? Great sports teams. It doesn't matter how different each individual player is. The best coaches, the best leadership is getting different people to come together for one common goal and being able to achieve. And that's where you see championships won, and that's where you see businesses thrive.
All right, well, you can read this book and go to the book launch. This is tomorrow night, Right Camera Action, Wednesday, December 18th, 6:30 to 9 at the Writing Room. That is at 1514 Washington Boulevard, Suite 203. It's free. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a little red carpet, a little music and drinks, and it's gonna be a good time.
We're gonna have a great time.
About the book more.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. The author of All the Reasons I Hate My 28-Year-Old Boss, Phillip Andrew Barbb. Welcome home. Thanks for bringing your book with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.